Hi crafty friends, it's Donna here, and I've got a bunch of cards to share with you from the June My Monthly Hero Kit and a couple also from the My Monthly Superhero Kit. It's an unusual day today here in Tokyo. This is what my river usually looks like, but this is what's happening today. Because of a typhoon, we have a day off school. Let's get back to the kit, shall we? This is the colour range of cardstock that's included in the kit, which has a really fun summery vibe and is called Soak Up the Sun. As well as the cardstock, you get this stamp with matching dies, as well as a really fun poolside set with all kinds of different things that you can use in the pool, and I've used this one a lot for today's cards. A mini set with some more floating goodies, and this 3 set of stencils that I've used to make shimmery water, stonework, beach sand, and a whole range of things throughout these cards. If you get the superhero kit, you also get this lovely set of curved sentiments which fit exactly on the hat of the girl from this die set and this Hello Summer die with a matching background. Let's start off by having a look at the stencil set. It has some little squares in the corner so that you can line up the different layers. And I'm blending this onto some of the cardstock that came with the kit, and I think the colour is called Seaside. Once I've done that first pale blue, I'll go in with a slightly darker blue, using those little squares that I drew in to line up the second stencil. Finally, I thought I'd add some highlights. And so for this final stencil, which has much less open space, I'm going to use a white ink. Now that I've inked up that cardstock, I'm going to cut it very carefully and get 3 cards from it. First of all, I've cut out the pool shape from right down the very bottom of where I inked it up. And then I've cut 3 white pool edges and layered them on top. I've cut 1 full pool side from acetate, and you can see that on my desk here. And on top of that, I'm going to carefully glue a bright green pool edge. By putting 3 layers of white on the bottom, I've been able to create a shaker card. And I've just got a few little bits and pieces that I had lying around that I've thrown into the middle to give this pool a bit of sparkle. That was made, it was time to play. I've gathered out a bunch of different things that you might find in and around a pool, and I'm just playing, putting them all together. I have some ladies in what I call bathers, because I'm from Western Australia. I've made some umbrellas, some lilos, again, because I'm from Western Australia. I've got a duck floating ring and also some beach balls. To create the background for this, I used one of those stencils to create a kind of crazy paving for the card base. And I've stamped this hello, which actually comes from the superhero set. Other than the stamped sentiment, all the rest of this card can be made with just the regular My Monthly Hero Kit. I've glued the balls and the lady on the lilo directly onto my pool, and I've stacked that umbrella up with about 4 layers of thin foam tape. I still had a bit of water cardstock left, and so, using a stitched rectangle die, I cut out another area to make a nice beach scene. I used some craft cardstock to make the beach, and added 3 beach umbrellas, as well as a sentiment from the regular My Monthly Hero Kit. I still had a little strip of that water paper left, and so I cut a strip of teal topaz cardstock. I've had to record that about 6 times to get it right, and just layered on a few of the leftover pieces that I had for one more fun little card using the leftovers. The background pattern and also the sentiment from this card both come from the superhero kit. Next, we have that summer favourite, watermelon. And I started cutting out these watermelon pieces, and as I cut them, I noticed that without that black paper behind them, they reminded me a lot of pink grapefruit. And that got me on a roll. And so, as well as the grapefruit, I made some lime pieces and also some lemon. Altogether, there are 5 parts to this, but they do go together quite simply because they sort of line up, and so I didn't find it too fiddly to make them. Once I had my 3 different fruits, I thought that white background might be a little bit boring. No, Donna, you're out of practice. You can't say that on video. I thought I'd like to zhuzh up my background a bit. So once again, I grabbed one of those stencils and put some nice yellow ink on it. Honestly, I think with orange, this could almost be giraffe as well, but I didn't go that far making these cards. Once again, I've chosen one of the sentiments from the My Monthly Hero basic kit, and I'm going to stamp that in the middle. I've popped my panel as well as all of the individual segments up with some foam tape, just so that it's got a bit of dimension. In order to make these semicircles work, you need to leave a little circle in the middle of them, which coincidentally is exactly what Citrus have, so it worked really well. I still had 4 pieces left over, so here's a bonus card I made using them as actual watermelons. I just got some little triangles of black card to put behind them for the seeds. I've cut out a bunch of lilos. One thing I've realized lately is that if I cut my elements not right on the edge of my paper, which as you're cutting them feels a little wasteful, but what it actually does is it gives me the outside to be able to use as a border for a piece. I've used the white ink again on a craft cardstock to make this beach scene. One trick I often use for lining up my papers is to fold back just 2 corners and then holding the 2 corners that are not yet sticky, aligning it before I press down on the sticky corners and then peeling out the backing for my adhesive. Then I've got 5 friends all laid out on their 5 deck chairs, enjoying the water lapping at their feet. Let's have a look at this monster of a die set. It is big. And it has everything you need to create this girl with her hat. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. If you look at the different Heroites design members, you'll be able to see some different colorways and also some different ideas for using the accessories that come with the girl. There were some really clever ideas. There is a basic background lady piece. I'm not sure what you call that. That does not sound good. That is basically the whole outline, but with the lines etched to show you where the different parts go. So it's really, really easy to do. I've made a drink, and I've even made some sparkly ice cubes using Hero glitter paste. And you can see how easy it is just to slot this girl together and put all of the pieces on, using that background as a guide. All of the curved sentiments that come with the superhero kit would fit on this hat, and it's a lovely way to use them. I have stamped the sentiment nice and central on that hat, but that has meant that I've had to position the bow flying backwards in the breeze so that it will all fit on. You could stamp the happy birthday towards the left, like I've done on this white hat, and that would leave more room for you to have whatever jaunty angle you wanted for your bow. But this is what I've done today. Bow flying back in the breeze, happy birthday, front and center. I've used this little item as a glass, and so you can see the straw, but if you want to use it as a can, and there's some different little bits that you can do to make it into a can, there's a little slot on the top that you can have the straw going inside the can. As it is, I've got it going inside her mouth and in front of the glass so that you can see that the glass is clear. This card kit was so much fun, and I've still got so many ideas sketched out that I want to do with it. And so I'm hoping to get in and make some more cards this month while I'm on school holidays. I'm going to leave you with some pictures of the finished cards. I hope that you have enjoyed this, that you are enjoying your summer or your winter, depending on where you are. I'm going to get a little bit of both this year. And I will be back soon with another video. Bye for now.